Here are 10 reasons why Chief Wiggum should be fired. Homer starts smuggling drugs, and Wiggum is all for it as long as he gets a cut for Ralph. Midnight RX starts with Mr. Burns holding an exhibition, and the whole time Marge and Lisa are having a bad feeling about it. But Homer is completely blinded by his positive feelings about his boss. And then, Mr. Burns comes out with a statement.
Very well. Effective immediately, the employee prescription drug program is terminated.
Nothing good comes without a price.
Now that Mr. Burns has eliminated the drug plan, we're gonna have to cut back on our diseases.
Okay, I'd love to hear about this plan. So following the nuclear plant, other local companies are canceling their prescription drug plans, so people need to turn to alternative forms of treatment.
I've had to medicate Ralphie with stuff from the evidence locker.
I'm cuckoo for contraband!
That child should be taken away from him. None of this would happen if retail prices were reasonable, but what can you do? When the drug company doesn't reduce prices, Grandpa comes in with a great idea. Smuggle drugs from Canada.
Drugs! Various drugs! Be sure to read instructions! Uh-oh! Where'd I put the instructions?
When Homer comes home, he's greeted like a king.
Because of the Xanax, I'm not over-anxious about being a Simpson anymore.
Lisa says she's a bit anxious because she's on Xanax, but thankfully, she's also on Zoloft, which covers for that. Should a child be on such heavy medication? I don't think so. Do her parents care? I don't think so either.
My dad, the drug mule.
Everyone in town hears of Homer's excursions to Canada, and they need to get in on them. So for his next trip, he brings Apu and Flanders with him. Apu asks Homer to stop Mr. Ned from trying to convert him.
I was just telling him how brave he is to worship a false god.
I've always wondered what would happen when you put a monotheist and a polytheist together in a room. As they're packing up their medicine, a fellow Canadian, Flanders, comes to say hello.
Noodly doodly diddly doddly. Say, would you like to puff on a reeferino? It's legal here.
They warned me Satan would be attractive.
As they were coming home, Ned offered Apu some coffee and he burned his tongue. Due to an unfortunate series of events, it turned out like this.
Stop him! He's expressing his faith!
And that's illegal in Canada? So they're banned from entering Canada again, so no more cheap drugs. Mr. Burns thinks he's on top of the world, but suddenly, Smithers starts choking and his thyroid is swelling up.
When you canceled the drug plan, I couldn't afford my thyroxine anymore.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
I'll move heaven and earth to save you. It's still easier than teaching a new assistant my filing system.
Maybe this will make him rethink canceling the drug plan. Mr. Burns tells Homer and Grandpa to join him on his plane trip to Canada, cause if they can't cross the border by car, they surely can by plane, cause that's fine logic. They overload the plane and Mr. Burns jumps out and saves himself, so Homer has to make an emergency landing. When he does, Wiggum arrests Abe for smuggling drugs.
You'll have to arrest me too! Abe Simpson brought the propecia to keep grass on Willie's field!
Other people come forward too, telling Chief Wiggum how Abe helped them.
So, like it says in the Springfield Police Handbook, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yes, because that's exactly what the police job is all about. Mr. Burns rushes to save Smithers, and as he does so, he realizes what a stingy man he was.
I'll provide drug benefits to all my full-time employees.
Mr. Burns made me a freelance consultant.
Oh, he'll never change. But what happens when Wiggum won't stop a kidnapping of sorts? Apu and Manjula have 8 babies, and they start going crazy. 8 Misbehavin is the magical episode where Apu finally decides to have children. Manjula asks him if he's sure about it.
There comes a time in a man's life when he asks himself, who will float my corpse down the Ganges?
Wow, what a foreplay. He takes this really seriously and does everything he can to make sure Manjula gets pregnant. And I mean everything.
By chilling my loins, I increase the chances of impregnating my wife.
TMI, Apu. But that's not as easy as the movies have made it out to be. They try and try, but nothing happens. So he comes to the expert to get some advice.
Did you have to take any special steps when you decided to have children?
Decided?
Yeah, because not being ready for children and then having 3 is something to laugh about. Apu says they've tried everything there is to try, even all positions.
Really? On top and underneath?
Yes.
Homer, being shocked by this revelation, tells us more about his and Marge's special time than we needed to know. But Homer has a way of helping Apu by making him cosplay a high school scene, because that's what's surely going to get Manjula pregnant. But somehow it works, and 9 months later, Apu got his babies.
Now say hello to your other 7 children.
What?
That's gonna be one big, and I mean big, happy family. Manjula confesses that she's been taking fertility drugs when they were trying to conceive, so that's probably the reason why they end up with octuplets. Apu and Manjula receive massive support from the town because, you know, going from a 2-headed household to 10 isn't an easy adjustment.
I'm stuck with these useless one-tuplets.
Gee, sorry for being born.
I've been waiting so long to hear that.
But when the news about a mother from Shelbyville giving birth to 9 babies hit, all the companies take their free merchandise to to them. So Apu and Manjula are left with nothing. Apu reassures his wife that their children will be just fine, living off of love. But being a parent is tough with one child, let alone 8.
Oh, I just had the most beautiful dream where I died.
Oh, no, you don't. Not till they're out of college.
They've been parents for a day and they're already dreaming of giving up. Apu and Manjula can't take it anymore. They've lost all energy and who knows what they'll agree to get some of the work off their hands. A man comes to offer Apu help, and everything he says seems too good to be true.
Look, I'm not going to put my babies in a zoo.
Don't say no till you see the habitat.
The habitat? The babies are going to live in a habitat. Manjula doesn't like the sound of putting their babies in a zoo. Understandably so, they're not animals.
Be moving in with them. They'll have a traditional zoo-ish upbringing.
Because that is completely normal. Manjula caves and signs the contract, and everything seems fine, until...
It's almost showtime.
Showtime?
So, of course, there was a catch. The guy who offered help actually just wanted to exploit the babies for his show.
Our babies are not circus freaks. We're taking them home now.
Hold on, Alpo. We got a contract.
Nothing good can ever come out of signing a contract with an unknown man. So, Apu and Manjula go to talk to Chief Wiggum, but he isn't of much help. He says there's nothing he can do, and Apu suspects that the zookeeper paid him off.
Paid me off? What are you, crazy?
The only thing Wiggum cares about is having his belly fall.
Well, if the police won't help us, we'll simply have to take the law into our own hands.
They agree, saying that a lot of people are doing that. I wonder why, with him as chief. Homer and Apu break into the zoo and get the babies back, though they almost get caught.
Don't worry, I brought some chloroform.
Idiot! Those are color forms!
Oh, Homer, sometimes it's better if you don't try and help. They manage to escape, but the zookeeper finds them. Homer steps up and says he'll offer him an even better show in exchange for the baby's freedom.
Now that is a true friend.
If he can handle that, maybe we can handle this bunch.
Poor Homer. But those cobras have nothing on his radiation-filled blood. I guess not helping people in your town is Wiggum's trademark, because he does the same thing in this next episode. Like the episode title says, Bart gets an elephant. Bart gets an elephant starts with Bart winning a radio game and he gets to choose a prize. $10,000 or an elephant. Of course, the elephant is a gag prize and he's supposed to take the money, but he only wants the elephant.
We pay your principal $10,000 to pull down his pants and keep him down for the rest of the school year.
That's tempting, and honestly, I can't believe Bart won't take them up on it.
I am not leaving without my elephant.
The story of the radio station tricking Bart gets to the news, and they're forced to get him a real elephant.
Cool! He tried to kill me.
Marge says she thinks this is a bad idea and they shouldn't keep an elephant. Homer says he agrees. In theory.
In theory, communism works. In theory.
I don't think I see the point, Homer. They lock him down and give him food, but Stampy, as Bart named him, still breaks everything in sight. Lisa says they can't chain him because it's cruel.
Everything is cruel, so excuse me if I'm cruel.
How about you just don't chain an exotic animal in your backyard so you won't be thought of as cruel? Bart and Stampy become friends, but unfortunately Stampy's living costs are enormous. Homer says that the elephant bills will have to be paid from Bart's allowance.
You have to raise my allowance to about $1,000 a week.
Then that's what I'll do, smart guy.
Homer, I don't think it's going to solve your money problem. But Bart thinks of a smart way for the elephant to pay for itself. He sets up a fair of sorts to attract children to come and see the elephant.
Your kid flew 5 feet, that counts as a ride, $2.
Homer will never not find a way to get people to give him money. Homer is so proud of himself for finding a way to make money off of the elephant, but Marge slaps him with the hard truth.
Stampy's food bill today was $300.
All right, please, don't humiliate me in front of the money.
Because with Homer, nothing is off the table, except being embarrassed in front of money. Homer realizes he'll need to alter the prices, but when he brings them from $1 to $100, everybody loses interest. He decides to sell Stampy at all costs.
I only have 2 questions. How much, and give it to me.
We're a non-profit organization.
That's not going to fly with Homer, no matter how good it is for the animal. But someone knows how to get Homer's attention, an ivory dealer. Lisa expresses her concern to Homer, but he's blinded by the money.
Lisa, a guy who has lots of ivory is less likely to hurt Stampy than a guy whose ivory supplies are low.
That logic would be perfect in an uncorrupted world. Bart's not going to let anyone hurt Stampy, so he wants to run away with him. But nobody can control an elephant, so he runs away on his own. Stampy begins roaming through the streets of Springfield and ruining everything in sight, so Chief Wiggum gets a lot of calls about destroyed property.
Yeah, right, lady. An elephant ran through your front yard. Okay. Wiggum. Yeah, right, mister.
Sure, hearing that sort of statement is unbelievable, so maybe we should cut Wiggum some slack.
Liquor store robbery officer down. Sure. And I'm Edward G. Robinson. Ah.
Worst cop ever. If you're not gonna believe one of your own men, who are you gonna believe? Bart finds Stampy and Homer and Marge find Bart. He pleads with Homer not to sell him to the ivory dealer and to just give him to the elephant refuge.
All right, we'll give the stupid elephant to the stupid animal refuge.
No way to resist those faces. Being too lazy to do your job is one thing, but contributing to tragic accidents is something a criminal would do, not a cop. Bart gets depressed after his baseball team loses because he couldn't catch a ball. The Boys of Bummer starts when Bart dropped the ball. Literally. He dropped the ball that would have won his team the championship.
Simpson drops the ball, and he kicks it, and he kicks it again, and again.
Poor Bart, give him a break already. The whole crowd is booing and starts throwing stuff at him, so he runs outside the stadium where Chief Wiggum saves him. Or so he thought.
He's back! Go nuts, everyone!
Besides being the worst chief of police ever, he's also a terrible person. Everyone keeps talking about Bart's epic fail and he can't escape it. It's in the newspaper and on the radio.
Bart stinks! Oh, my favorite song, ruined!
There's no worse feeling than when someone covers your favorite song with the words of how much you suck. Lisa wants to cheer him up, so she takes him to meet a famous baseball player who also had a similar accident, but turned out just fine. And just as Bart was starting to feel better, the baseball player heard his name.
You stink like a Dutchman's throw-up. Talking to you was the biggest error of my life.
Wow, that's a bit rough. And too much. Let the boy live. The next morning, as Lisa was going outside to fetch the newspaper, she saw something disturbing.
Who would do this to Bart?
The person who hates Bart more than anyone else.
Who? Nelson? Sideshow Bob? If you guessed either of those two, you'd be wrong.
See? I hate me too. Now we can be friends again.
Oh God, that's disturbing. Lisa screams at Bart to stop and tells him that no one is mad at him anymore. But my question is, where's the police? Why is no one trying to save him?
Jump! Who said that?
How does that saying go? 1, 3, 1, something, 2 maybe?
I hate Bart Simpson!
Oh my God, he actually jumped. Thankfully, he falls in a bush and he's fine, but the crowd keeps booing him even when he's in a hospital.
Now, thanks to you, my special little guy will be haunted by this for the rest of his life.
I think he was also overreacting a bit, but who am I to judge a 10-year-old's behavior? Lisa comes up with a plan to remake the game, but to let Bart win so he can feel good about himself again. Only, he actually sucks, and he can't catch the ball to save his life.
Hello, redemption.
Better luck next time. After 78 tries, he made it. He actually caught the ball.
A glorious sunrise. Brought to you by God, the invisible giant you turn to when you're about to die.
Because the crowd wanted to die after the second time he missed it. I guess Springfield takes sports really seriously, because pitting two kids to fight to the death is just so extreme. Bart and Lisa compete with each other in hockey, and the town does everything to pit them against one another. Lisa on ice starts with Lisa getting a report card saying she's failing gym. So she needs to be part of some team, any team, in order to not get an F. She tried basketball and volleyball, but without success.
Cheer up! So you're not good at sports. It's a very small part of life.
Maybe so, but not in the Simpson house. After Bart's hockey practice, he starts throwing stuff at Lisa, and she successfully dodged all his attacks. Apu notices this and decides to make her his goalie.
The goalie of my dreams.
Finally, someone notices her. But Homer and Marge both have their opinion on Lisa playing hockey. Marge asks Lisa to stick to girls' sports only, because apparently the Bible says so.
I think women should be able to play any sport men play, but hockey is so violent and dangerous.
As opposed to what? At Lisa's first game, Bart and Homer are laughing their pants off while Marge couldn't bear to sneak even one look. But either way, that doesn't change the fact that Lisa did great, and her team won. Soon she becomes professional. Now I'm not the only one who thinks so. Apu says that they're having the best season ever.
And I would like to say that it is because of teamwork. Gee, who am I kidding, huh? It's all because of Lisa.
Lisa finally getting the recognition she deserves. At school, the bullies were picking on Bart because he tried to be the smart one in class. Because if Lisa can be sporty, why can't he be smart?
Lay off, guys. He's with me.
It's a lucky coincidence you happen to be your sister's brother.
Wow, that must be embarrassing for Bart. Lisa really gets into hockey, and she's not just a goalie anymore. She's a machine.
Mouth of a teamster! To think of all the time I wasted on you!
Having people at school tease you is one thing, but having your father tell you that you're basically nothing, oh, that sure stings. Bart tells Lisa that he's aware of the rivalry between them, but he's not interested in a civilized conversation. They start fighting, and Marge splits them.
Repeat, you are not in competition with each other.
Homer barges in to tell them that Apu just called and said that Lisa's team is up against Bart's team in the next game. So, they're in direct competition.
I want to see you both fighting for your parents' love!
I hope there's a good parenting strategy behind those awful words. Chief Wiggum wants to cut a deal with prisoners. He's gonna let them out to see the game if they promise to go back to their cells.
Sorry, pig. We can't make that promise.
What in the world is he thinking? He pumps the offer. They don't need to come back. Just don't commit any more crimes.
No.
I'll take that as a yes.
So not only is he not solving any crimes, he's ensuring more of them happen. It's the big game night, and Bart and Lisa are already on edge. By the end of the game, the score is even, and it's up to Bart if his team is going to win.
It's your child versus mine. The winner will be showered with praise.
And who is whose child? The crowd is chanting, no, screaming with rage, pitting Bart and Lisa against each other. It's only a matter of time before they kill each other. But as they were looking at each other, they started to remember a time when they were always there for one another. They put their differences aside, and as the clock ticked, they hugged each other.
Great game, Lise. Great game, Bart.
Oh, Marge must be bawling her eyes out.
I've never been so proud of them.
They're both losers! Losers!
Nope, I guess Homer's the one who's crying. Wiggum's wish for attention comes true when he crashes a jetpack into the church. Wiggum ruins the church with his jetpack, and the church committee has to find a way to make money to rebuild it. Sky Police starts with Chief Wiggum accidentally getting the wrong package sent to him. But, lucky for him, it's a Sky Master, aka a jetpack.
I'm not the police anymore. I'm the Sky Police.
Springfield, you better watch out. The fattest man in town is about to be flying over your heads. But after some time of having fun with the jetpack, the man who actually ordered it came, and well, it's a military general. Wiggum tries to escape, but the soldiers start shooting him down. He falls, but the jetpack keeps flying until it hits the church, and it burns down.
You were the wind beneath my ass.
Oof, stinky. Poor Springfield. The church can't get money for a rebuild, so if they don't come up with a plan, the town is going to crush it completely and rebuild something much more sinister in its place. Marge talks to Apu, and he tells her a way they can get money.
Apu thinks we can get the money at the casino playing blackjack.
The most conventional way of all. Apu explains that they'll be counting the cards and that will ensure they win every time. But you know Christians.
Is the church council truly considering gambling? You know, Ned, the Bible never explicitly condemns gambling.
Of course they bend the rules when it's in their favor. So, they all agree and Apu starts teaching them about counting cards. He starts with telling them to ignore all distractions.
Beware of cocktail waitresses with free drinks and eyeball height cleavage.
For an Indian man in a semi-loving marriage, he sure knows a lot about this stuff. He tells them that they must not tell anyone, and this goes for Marge explicitly. Cause, well, Homer.
Why are you churchos getting together so late? I'm asking because I'm supposed to care about things.
Yeah, I don't think Marge needs to worry much about him. They get the money, but it doesn't come without a price. Bart and Lisa catch Marge as she was making plans to meet the others at the casino.
Until then, I appreciate you keeping this very grown-up secret.
Wow. Gambling is one thing, God may forgive, but making your children lie for you, Marge, that is very, very sinful. Kids are kids, and when Marge didn't come home, they got worried and told Homer everything. So he got scared and went to look for her. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Marge comes home after their big win and sees that Homer isn't there. Then she gets a call.
Marge, some casino guys have me and they want the money you took from them or else.
Oh, Marge, your sins have come to bite you. Homer explains what he was doing in the casino.
Mom's counting cards at the casino!
Oh, if anything happens to Marge, we'll all be orphans.
So Homer drove to the casino and the security saw he was looking for Marge and took him away. Marge goes to Lovejoy to get the money back, but he already gave it to the contractor. They try to make Marge feel better by telling her maybe it was all part of God's plan.
God isn't Sky Police. God didn't do this. I lied to my husband and made my kids lie too. We did this.
But Christians will never admit their mistake. Well, Flanders will, but then he started crying. Since Marge had nowhere else to pray, she went to God's new temple.
Maybe we got it all wrong, praying for you to give us things we selfishly want.
Marge, the only true Christian in Springfield. Her praying on the floor in the casino actually caused everyone to stop their game and look at her, which made the casino's profit plummet. So they gave Homer back just as long as their praying asses never come back.
After all this, do you still believe in God?
On a beautiful night like tonight, how could I not?
If only Wiggum was honest and noble and returned the package, none of these people would have committed such sins. But he doesn't learn, so he keeps taking things and money that don't belong to him. Wiggum gets Ralph a birthday present from the money he stole from the evidence locker, and Bart acts as an ungrateful brat. again. Simprovised opens with Chief Wiggum going to the evidence room to try and find a gift for Ralph this year.
Ralph would kill himself with this in 2 seconds, and somehow it'd be my fault.
Yeah, because parental control is something you should be doing, and keeping dangerous evidence away is something you should also be doing. He sees a drawer of unclaimed money, and, well, since it has been sitting there for so long, no one will be missing it, right?
I want to get Ralphie something nice. Yeah, a few thousand should do.
I'm sorry, a few thousands? Wiggum gets Ralph the biggest, greatest treehouse of all time, and Bart is jealous.
Woo, free wood.
Oh, my treehouse sucks.
Classic envy, a part of every boy's growing up. Bart starts fixing up his treehouse.
Is it time for you to have the talk with your dad? Because he's gonna have to read a few things first.
I think Bart would have better luck learning things himself than from Homer. Marge offers to build Bart a treehouse herself. As she was building it, a supervisor from a city came.
Are you aware that you live in a historical treehouse preservation district?
The historical what now? The guy asks Marge if he can see her permit, and she says she doesn't have one.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Anything for her special little guy, right? Marge builds the treehouse, and she does an amazing job also. She went as far as to include automatic blinds. Their house doesn't even have them. Bart and Milhouse are planning a treehouse warming.
Yeah, I think my mom put those in. No need to thank her. She's just doing her job.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, Bart, my dude, you better take that back, because what the hell, man? No wonder Marge dropped those cookies. You better be happy that she didn't cut your tree. Later at dinner, Marge was really emphasizing the pleases and thank yous, and Bart was just not getting it.
Jeez, who ordered the crab?
Oh, Marge is a way better person than me, because there'd be some slapping at that table if it were up to me.
There's no thank yous, no appreciation, nothing.
Who was that directed at?
At this particular moment, Homer, you're off the hook. But honestly, that goes for everyone in the family. Homer tells her to calm down because Bart's just acting like a kid.
Kids are ungrateful. That's their job.
Yeah, and her job is to cook, clean, and do everything in between for them. Marge woke up the next day even more angry than the night before.
I slept on it, and I'm madder than ever. Go get Bart.
Oh my God, Marge, you woke up with morning would be mad.
This is no time for jokes, Homer. Homer goes to talk to Bart, and he comes to Marge with an apology breakfast.
I just wanted to say, I'm sorry. We all forget just how many wonderful things you do.
Of course, this makes Marge cry.
And best of all, you're as hot as the day I met you.
Huh? That's a weird thing to say to your mom. Bart tells Homer that his apology speech worked perfectly.
Your mother can't resist an apology that comes straight from the heart of this box.
Maybe if policemen earned enough money, Wiggum wouldn't have to steal. But being aggressive and manipulating your position as the chief is highly, highly corrupted. Ralph has a crush on Lisa, and when she refuses to date him, Chief Wiggum starts making his anger everyone's business. I Love Lisa starts on Valentine's Day. Homer, again, forgot it was Valentine's, so he ran out to get Marge a present. At school, Lisa noticed that Ralph didn't get any Valentine's cards, so she wrote him one.
You choose me? Happy Valentine's.
Such a nice deed Lisa did there. It always starts like that. A nice girl gives a quiet kid some attention, and then he stalks her. Okay, let's not get dark. After school, Ralph walks Lisa home and desperately tries to make conversation.
Doctor said I wouldn't have so many nosebleeds if I kept my finger out of there.
Run, Lisa, run! Lisa tells Marge what happened.
Ah, sweet pity. Where would my love life have been without it?
Nowhere. You'd be nowhere, or in some ditch. Lisa asks Marge how to let Ralph know she's not interested. Homer jumps in and says he knows every excuse in the book.
I'm married to the sea. I don't want to kill you, but I will.
Okay, Homer, dial it down. Marge says she should just say she's not ready for that kind of thing, so Lisa does exactly that. Ralph says he understands, but I don't think he does. Ralph goes to ask his father how to get a girl to like him.
Son, whether you want to win a girl or crack a nut, the key is persistence.
Why? Because in your corrupted cop world, no doesn't mean no. Wiggum wants to help Ralph get close to Lisa, so he makes their teacher pair them up for a play.
Ralph won the part fair and square.
That's the signal. Take the boot off the car, boys.
Is there nothing better for them to do around town? Great way of using police resources. Ralph starts bringing Lisa presents, and one of them is tickets to the Krusty Show.
Lisa, do you want a bite of my ice cream?
No thanks.
Send it this way, boy.
Could the night be going any worse? Oh yes, it could. Krusty does his segment of speaking with the crowd, and he asks Ralph if Lisa is his girlfriend.
I love Lisa Simpson, and when I grow up, I'm going to marry her. No!
Oh, this is too bad not to look.
The only reason I gave you that stupid Valentine is because nobody else would.
Honesty is the best policy, but maybe not on live TV. Ralph tells his dad that Lisa made a fool of him.
Well, she didn't reckon with the awesome power of the chief of police.
So what kind of mishandling of police power is he gonna utilize now? Wiggum stops Homer on the road.
Got a taillight out.
Where?
Right there.
Now that's just brutal. Ruining someone's private property because a girl was honest about your boy stalking her.
You know, one day honest citizens are gonna stand up to you crooked cops.
They are? Oh no.
Good job, Homer. Seed fear in him. The school play goes surprisingly amazing, and Ralph was pretty good, actually. After the play, Lisa gives Ralph another card.
Let's be friends. It says B, and there's a picture of a bee on it.
I thought you'd like it.
Now that's refreshing. No drama, no nothing, just two kids having a nice time. Some parents are just too protective, so maybe we can look the other way on this one. But stealing evidence from a case, not cool. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to comment down below which of Wiggum's corruptions you found the worst. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.